Hello again, Leo. Happy New Year. I'm Dadici from astrology.com.au, looking at your chart. And this month's focus, rather than a chronological account of what's happening, I want to focus on the idea of resolution, in particular New Year's resolutions. And you know something, we often talk about the role modeling in our lives and how, it's good to have parents or mentors that are good role models to help us develop our best character. But I've seen many cases where the exact opposite is true, where the incarnation of Satan in the form of a mother or a father have been the reverse sort of role models that have helped people to become incredibly talented, successful, more to spite those people. You follow what I'm saying? So the reason I'm talking along these lines this month is because I see 5 planets in the area of obstruction, enemies, the people that want to drag you down. And often people of lesser willpower, narrower sort of perspectives will see this as a limit or a challenge, leading to the idea that it's an impossibility to improve. Whereas what I'm saying to you is that the challenges you're going to experience now are actually for your benefit. And it's through that negative energy that you can surmount these obstacles, resolve to become the person that you want to become, and stick it up them, as we say down under. Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, a new moon this week has just occurred in this area of enemies with a retrograde Venus, which is your career planet. Now this has a distinct flavour of being challenged in the arena that you work, the actual environment that you work in. So for some of you anyhow, the resolution will definitely be to improve your workplace situation. And those of you that are having trouble with work colleagues, I think the resolution there has to be, what the hell, just brush it aside. That is going to be a long-standing problem for some of you, mainly due to the notorious Pluto challenging you. That's a very subversive planet. Sometimes the instincts you feel about others, those feelings of being deceived or undermined, are often not able to be proved. And that's the job of Pluto. That's also the job of Neptune. That's in the 8th house now. So there's obviously for some of you anyhow some deep suspicions and misgivings about the people that you're working with. But here's your challenge, and this is what I'm talking about, the resolution, and the ability of those resolutions, if carried through to their final conclusion, to bring you to a much better space and place in your life. Pardon me. Now the other thing, this 6th house has to do with health, vitality, your gym workout, your exercise regime, your diet, along with the 2nd house. And Mercury, ruling the 2nd house of food and speech, is in this 6th house as well. The new moon there shows, again, maybe not all of you, but for many of you born under the sign of Leo, this is definitely a time to turn over a new leaf and really to get your physical and dietary well-being back on track. So that's a resolution that, of course, is ideal. I mean, for any of the star signs, but for you in particular, that's very much showcased this month. Now, again, that's not going to be easy. I know when I became a vegetarian 36 years ago, the resolution to do that, and that included not eating any fish, not eating any chicken. I was a vegetarian. Well, I was a vegequarian, I think they call it. I ate fish for maybe a year or two after deciding to make the transition to a full vegetarian diet. So that's a case in point, an example for you to say, look, you may not be able to do the whole thing immediately, but you can transition into the resolution as long as you're focused on the end goal. So I know I was ridiculed a lot by a lot of people, including my own family. People find it very hard to accept that someone is making a resolution to improve themselves, because then that's going to show up their faults, isn't it? So here again, I would say to you, maybe it's probably good advice to keep this resolution to yourself. Let the results speak for themselves. You don't have to talk about it. I know it's like a reformed smoker. When I became a non-meat eater, I was on the warpath to convert everyone. That's all done with now. Eat what you like. Let the results speak for themselves. And that's my advice to you this month. The new moon after the 16th, I think, is going to start to really bring up and illumine you in terms of those habits that are causing you some problems. They have to be brought up for you to release them and to move on to the next stage of your life. And hopefully that's going to happen very quickly, very satisfactorily, I might add, in 2014. For those of you born under the royal sign of Leo, I'd like you to join me at my website till we meet again next month here, and that URL is www.astrology.com.au for lots of information on the month, a bit more detail there, the textual versions, daily readings, the year in forecast, and lots of other free stuff. Do join me there. Till next month, have a good one. Bye-bye.